Just love your kids, because you just never know when God's going to want them back.
A piece of advice from a Minnesota father that still waits for answers on why and who killed his 18-year-old son. It will be 3 years this September since NDSU student Tom Bearson disappeared and was found murdered 3 days later in Moorhead. Bearson's parents continue to honor their son by holding events with the Tom Bearson Foundation. In fact, their annual golf outing is this weekend. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop spoke with Tom's father about where the investigation stands and how their foundation is working to help teach high schoolers personal responsibility.
You know, hopefully sooner versus later, we're going to get the answers that all of us are looking for.
Greg Bearson and his wife Debbie have been busy preparing for the 3rd annual Tom Bearson Foundation golf outing. But the mom and dad are still waiting for answers.
It is a very active case. There's a lot of things going on. We know that. Of course, the general public isn't aware of that.
We still continue to be actively investigating this case. It's not considered a cold case at all.
The Moorhead Police Department echoes Greg Bearson, saying it's an active case which presents many challenges.
All the factors in this case led to a very large investigation and a very large net of information being collected.
Lieutenant Jacobson says Moorhead Police continue to work with the Fargo and NDSU police, along with the FBI and BCA. But the unsolved murder has led to many questions and crazy theories online. There are forum posts relating the murder from drugs to hazing to a cross-country killer. Moorhead police say they have worked through numerous and extreme theories.
Particularly on the internet, information that is not corroborated anywhere. But it's information that's out there, and if it has any relevancy at all, it's something that our investigators have documented and continue to work with.
The Bearsons say they avoid all the rumors and wish others would too.
We know what's going on, generally speaking, and we have an idea of where this is going, if you will. So, this is difficult enough. Every day is a challenge for us.
Greg and Debbie put their efforts towards the Tom Bearson Foundation. It was created shortly after Tom's murder and has been raising funds to help the Sartell community. Greg Bearson says it's currently evolving.
We had a wisdom retreat that we paid for graduating Sartell seniors. And that's kind of the start of what we anticipate our foundation is going to be and the direction we're going to go, which is essentially to partner or collaborate with individuals and organizations that are going to promote personal responsibility.
Recently, the Bearsons Foundation has funded a new school gym. Greg says the foundation has become the reason they get up in the morning and helps them get through this tragedy as they still wait for answers almost 3 years later.
We remain very confident that it's really just a matter of time. And it is hard to be patient. I won't deny that.
Lieutenant Jacobson says the community is not used to these types of unsolved cases because homicides are typically solved quickly here. In Moorhead, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
If you're interested in supporting the Tom Bearson Foundation, we've put a link to the foundation on our website on this story. You can also learn how to attend this weekend upcoming activities. Coming up after weather, 3 people were hurt in a semi-crash near Page, North Dakota. Plus, something stinks in our area. We talk about the goose poop problem in just a few moments. But first, Robert, a mild and slightly muggy day for us in the valley. When are we going to see rain next?
Yeah, it looks like some of us will see some rain overnight tonight. But here in the Fargo-Moorhead area, taking a live look outside on the CorwinAuto.com Valley Skycam, part of the Storm Team Skycam network. Looking off towards the west, sun setting here in just a little while. Some high clouds adding a little bit of color to that sunset. Current temperature, it's still a warm one out there, 76. Winds light out of the east at 6 miles per hour. Those winds will pick up out of the south and southeast as we head through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. 73 up in Langdon, also 73 in Roseau, 70 in Badette, 71 in Bemidji, 77 in Fergus Falls. Some warm temperatures out there. We're going to dip down into the 60s in most areas tonight and then get up into the 80s, maybe even some low 90s as we head through the day tomorrow. Winds right now relatively light, but starting to pick up out of the southeast across our western counties, and we'll see those southeasterly winds again picking up as we head through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. Mostly clear skies here, but off towards the west, a lot of cloudiness, and underneath those clouds we have seen some showers and some thunderstorms, some stronger storms just to the northwest of the Minot area. Zooming on out, some strong and even severe thunderstorms making their way out of eastern Montana, but they've been showing signs of weakening as they move off towards the east. These will likely also weaken as they move off towards the east, but can't rule out An isolated shower storm across the far northern valley late tonight and early tomorrow. Off towards the west, some showers and storms in the Rocky Mountains. Off toward the east, some showers and thunderstorms. Some of these have been strong and even severe. Several tornadoes confirmed in Illinois and Indiana earlier this evening. For us, as we head through the rest of the evening, we'll continue to see mostly clear skies. And again, most of that activity to the west weakens as it moves off toward the east, but could redevelop just a little bit in the Devil's Lake Basin in the northern valley as we head through the early morning hours on Tuesday. That activity will get on out of here, and then we'll start to see some stronger storms developing towards the afternoon and evening. The first round in the southern valley, and then another round in the northern valley. Now, these locations not set in stone. Just about anywhere in the valley, we're going to have that chance for some strong and potentially severe storms. And because of that, Storm Prediction Center has highlighted this area in the orange and an enhanced risk for some severe weather. Slightly less risk in the yellow areas, a slight risk, but in all areas, especially in the enhanced risk area, that risk for damaging winds, damaging hail, and a few tornadoes. Here in Fargo, we start off on a warm note, upper 60s, low 80s by lunchtime. By the end of the day, we're going to top it out near 90 with that chance for some showers and storms developing in the area. Picture of the day, and we may see images like this as we head through the day on Tuesday, a distant thunderhead east of Grafton. Thanks to Eric for sending that, and going to use that as the background to our 7-day forecast. Good chance for storms tomorrow, some likely to be strong and perhaps severe. Some lingering storms early on Wednesday, but then we clear on out. It'll be cooler on Wednesday and Thursday, but the heat comes right back Friday through Monday with a few storm chances Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and some of those could be on the strong side.
Again, we're looking at more crazy severe weather that could happen.
Just stay weather aware as we head through the day tomorrow. Keep that Valley News Live weather app handy.
At all times.
Always, yeah.
Thanks, Robert.
You got it.
We're following a developing story tonight out of Cass County. 3 people are being treated for their injuries after a crash involving a semi right outside of the town of Page, North Dakota. Authorities say the semi was trying to make a turn when it was hit by the SUV in the intersection of County Road 38 and 18th Street. Now, so far we know that the drivers of both vehicles along the passenger in the SUV were hurt, but police are not sure about the condition of those involved. A Grand Forks man is facing a DUI charge after crashing into a van after turning the wrong way onto I-29 off-ramp just after 6 o'clock tonight. Police say 22-year-old Mason Fugleberg of Grand Forks was heading east on Gateway Drive when he turned onto the off-ramp from I-29, hitting the van that had 3 small children and 2 adults inside. Luckily, no one was hurt, but at that point, witnesses say Fugleberg kept going the wrong way down the off-ramp, but then pulled over and was confronted by a passenger from the van. That van passenger could tell that Fugleberg was impaired and took the keys from him until officers could arrive. He was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol, and the North Dakota Highway Patrol is handling that investigation. Moorhead is dealing with an ongoing issue of people breaking into and stealing cars. And this past weekend is proof of how bad that problem is. On Friday, a car stolen in Moorhead ended when the driver crashed in Dilworth. Then on Sunday, a 13-year-old was arrested for stealing a car. Later that night, Moorhead police chased someone else they believe was driving a stolen vehicle. One woman had her car stolen while she was at the lake.
We got a phone call Saturday afternoon from our stepdaughter saying, "Where's the Yukon?" And we're like, "Well, it's in the driveway." And she said, "No, it's not." So right there and then we knew it had been stolen.
If you want to help out that woman, if you see a 2001 white Yukon XL with Minnesota plates 123 HLP, call the police department. Authorities are reminding people don't be an easy target. A North Dakota woman previously convicted on felony charges dealing with mail theft is in trouble again. Now she's facing several charges, including child endangerment. Amy Teagues, who worked for the Wyndmere Post Office, recently got off on probation after stealing mail that she should have delivered. Teagues is now facing felony charges of endangerment of a child and possession of a firearm, along with drug charges. Police say they found meth and paraphernalia inside her home within reach of her 3 children. Grand Forks police are investigating a robbery that happened yesterday morning. Deputies responded to the call from the victim that said he was woken up by 2 or 3 men in his house with flashlights. The victim told police that one of the masked men was holding a baseball bat and was told not to move. Items reported missing were money, jewelry, and electronics. Right now, there are no suspects or vehicle descriptions. A special exhibit is making its first trip to North Dakota. The 9/11 Never Forget mobile exhibit will be at the Red River Valley Fair this year. And today, the exhibit was escorted from Moorhead along Interstate 94 all the way over to the fairgrounds. The traveling exhibit was created to honor all of those who sacrificed on September 11, 2001, as well as those who continue to sacrifice today.
It's something you want to walk through and have a very emotional and educational experience. And we always ask when people leave, if you've learned one thing, then it was a success.
This particular trailer is going to be retired shortly, but the organization already has a new one ready to go. You can see the exhibit every day of the fair from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.